I never thought for a million fucking years that one day we would have to talk about what I want to talk about today. What am I talking about? What is a woman?
I don't care what you want to be as an adult. I don't care. That's your choice. Do whatever you want behind closed doors, but don't force me to believe what you want me to believe. You are just born like that. It's not up to you to choose your biological organ.
I don't really give a fuck what you identify with. What bothers me are these things. One, being told by media, by trans, by activists, by even doctors now are telling me what a woman is. Sorry, they cannot tell me what a woman is because it can be whatever the fuck they want. This is bullshit. It's not true. It's biological. Go fuck yourself. It is not true.
This is the Nico Lagan Show. Warning. Warning. This show contains explicit content. Listener discretion is advised. Real, raw, and shooting you straight. This is the Nico Lagan Show. And now your host, Nico.
So I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. And I got to tell you that I never thought for a million fucking years that one day would have to explain this, that we would have to talk about what I want to talk about today. The fact that this is even a conversation shows how fucked mentally we've become. What am I talking about? Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Josie and I want to ask you a question today. What is a woman? This episode of the Nico Lagan Show is brought to you by the Alpha Creator Blueprint. Are you a male content creator on a mission to help other men? Is your content not getting the attention that it deserves? Do you want to increase your views by 10, 100, even 1,000 times? If so, head to the alphacreatorblueprint.com and let us show how we can help you. Welcome to the Nico Lagan Show. I'm your host, Nico Lagan. This is my girlfriend, Josie. And we ask you, let me repeat this question again. What is a woman? Very interesting question. No, it's not at all. I can't fucking believe that we need to talk about this shit. It actually pisses me off that we need to talk about
it.
Yeah. No, I never thought for a million fucking years that you and I would have to explain what a woman is. I never thought that a guy like Matt Walsh would need to do a fucking documentary on what a woman is. It blows my fucking mind that we need to explain this.
I haven't watched his.
Well, you know what?
Interested in watching it.
We should. I have a subscription to the Daily Wire,
should.
so we should. For the people out there that's watched it, it's not the. I don't want to say that it is a bad documentary. It is pretty good. It's just that I knew all of the things that he talks about. I knew about all the craziness already, so I don't feel like I learned much from it.
Yeah.
But he did a good job at showing how fucking ridiculous we've become.
How no one has an answer. I'm not even sure. Does he even get an answer from anyone?
Not really. No, not really. And I'm happy you
curious.
say that because since I do so much research on everything that I talk about, I figured that I would do some research as to what is a woman. What is the definition of a woman? So let me tell you. I will tell you what the definition of a woman is. As per the dictionary, a woman is an adult female being.
What year is this dictionary you're looking
right now?
at?
So the definition of a woman right now, as per the dictionary, an adult female human being. That did not really answer my question, so I went further. Now, what the fuck is a female? So as per the Merriam-Webster dictionary, a female is of relating to or being the sex that typically has the capacity to bear young and produce eggs. I like that. You know what? I like this definition because this is exactly how I see it.
Yes.
But let's put a massive fucking but there. It also states having a gender identity that is the opposite of male.
Oh.
It gets worse. As per rxlist.com, which is a medical website, and their medical dictionary describes a female as follows. The traditional definition of a female was an individual of the sex that bears young or that produces ova or eggs. exactly the same definition as the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Up to now, ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner. But just like Merriam-Webster, they're fucked in the head too. A medical fucking website with a medical dictionary also adds the following. However, things are not that simple today. Female can be defined by physical appearance, by chromosome constitution, or by gender identification. And this is where the problem is. But I agree that chromosomes should be what dictates if you're a male or a female. This is it's biology at this point, so I think we can agree on that. But again, they feel the need to add gender identity. It's a fucking cop-out. It's bullshit. This is dictionaries that instead of having the balls to say what the real definition is, they're being bitches and they're actually adding gender identity because it's a rabbit hole. You can state whatever the fuck you want. And as long as you say that it's my gender identity, we have to respect what you're saying, right? Don't worry. I will be asking your opinion as a female very soon. It's just I want to create a bit of context here with what we have right now as per what the crazies are saying out there. So what is gender identity? I can tell you one thing. It's a fucking rabbit hole. That's one thing that it is. But the real definition, a person's internal sense of being male, female, some combination of male and female, or neither male or female. Basically, you can be a fucking cat. Facebook provides more than 50 options beyond male and female for users to describe their gender identity, from gender questioning and neither to androgynous. So basically, you don't even have to be a fucking human being as per Facebook. It's fucking interesting. Like, to me, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. What the fuck, right? That's in my notes, so I had to say it. What the fuck? You know, no wonder Matt Walsh could not get a fucking straight answer in his documentary. And again, I'm not here to promote Matt Walsh's documentary, but I got to tell him, I got to say something. He has balls to do something like that in today's world. I have a lot of respect for the guy. Like him, don't like him. I know every single one of you out there has a fucking opinion on this one. Now, before I ask a female what is her definition of a female, I want to just continue a bit because there's a few more opinions I think are worth sharing here. As per Dr. Michelle Forcier, she's a pediatrician and professor. A woman could be many things to many people. That's the definition of a fucking pediatrician. Those people are helping our children. It can be whatever you want to whatever people you want. Fucking ludicrous. As per Gert Gumfrey, she is a gender affirmation therapist. So somebody that people could go see with their children to try to figure out what's going on in their head. She says that some women have penises and some men have vaginas. I wish I had a buzzer. Not true. As per Jordan Peterson, gotta love Jordan Peterson, there are masculine girls and there are feminine boys. What are we gonna do about this? Carve them up? Valid fucking question if you ask me. And now, Josie. Bum, bum, bum. This is where we get to you. What's a woman?
Me.
What does that mean?
I'm going to go with the definition of the traditional definition. Someone who can bear children or has the organs to bear children, because not everyone can bear children. That's a different subject on its own. Has ovaries, has eggs, has the reproductive
organs. Yeah. Has a vagina, has breast tissue. I know men have breast tissue, but like can produce milk. Like all those things have less bone density than men. That's my definition. So your definition is biological and not psychological.
Yeah.
So being a woman is something that you're born into.
Yeah, it's not your. I don't wanna go into this, I don't wanna get into this, but I truly believe that you do not have the, um, like, you are just born like that. It's not up to you to choose your um biological organ. Like you can't. I don't think it's our choice to change it. We shouldn't have that right. I think it's beyond us, and it's nature's. Like it's nature to just, this is what you're born with. Like this is what and who you are.
Do
Maybe
you
not who you are, but what you are.
do you find it insulting to have grown ass men start taking? They don't even need to do anything. Actually, I could literally put a dress on today
Yeah.
as a 200-pound, very muscular guy and just say, "Fuck you, I'm a woman now. Call me a woman. And if you do not consider me a woman, you are a transphobe." Do you not find it? Do you not find it insulting as a woman that I could become a woman today?
Listen, I don't care what you want to be as an adult.
Yeah.
I don't care. That's your choice. Do whatever you want behind closed doors. If you want to walk on the street with a dress on, by all means, like whatever makes you happy, and I'm all for whatever makes you happy, but don't force me to believe what you want me to believe. Don't force me to be in the same private spaces as you. Don't,
as in public bathrooms,
gym, anything that has like that is, I don't want to say sacred to women, but is a safe space for us because we are women, that a man who is fully developed can just come in and be like showing everything and looking at me. Like I have a hard time with women looking at me. Imagine someone who's a biological. No, but it's true. And like where you're in a gym setting, you don't want someone to have issues with like their bodies and don't want other women looking at them. I'm a shy person, so I obviously kind of don't get naked and dress in front of other women who I feel comfortable with because they have the same body parts as and go through the same things as me, and like psychologically, and we're raised in a female body. So understand me, I still have those issues. So can you imagine having those issues and then going somewhere and then having a male, fully developed male coming into that space where some people may not be already comfortable, adding to that? That's just crazy to me. I think it's insulting to think that you have a penis, that you are a woman. Like as far as I'm concerned, you're not. You can feel like a woman, but at the end of the day, do you even know what a woman feels like? Like how can you say, this is my thing, how can you say you feel like a woman if you've never known what a woman feels? If you weren't born as a woman. If you weren't born as one, you didn't go through the motions or raised as a woman and gone through those like issues that we've gone through, those like milestones that we've gone through. Like I'll never know, even if I transition today as a man, I don't know what puberty is like for a man. Nope. It's completely different for men and women. As far as I know.
We agree 1,000% on that one. It is, Bested is saying that humans are at liberty to do whatever they want, but only some will be at logic in life. And it comes down to a bit what you were saying as well. I don't really give a fuck what you identify with. Like personally, I can give two shits about what you identify with. What bothers me are these two things. One, being told by media, by trans, by activists, by anybody except even doctors now are telling me what a woman is. Sorry, they cannot tell me what a woman is because it can be whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. It's not true. It's biological. Go fuck yourself. It is not true. I'm just tired of having that shit shoved down my face, down my throat, and being told that this is how it is, and I need to change. Because let's call a spade a spade. 10, 20 years ago, people that refer to themselves as trans or people that wanted to go from one sex to the other, they still do today, but they had a medical condition called body dysmorphia. This means that you do not see yourself as your body, as the image of your body. This is a psychological problem. This, you can hate me all you fucking want, people out there. Google this shit right now. Body dysmorphia is how doctors would call trans 10, 20 years ago, because it is exactly what it is. Dysmorphia. You do not see your body as it is. That's plain and simple. It's a psychological problem. To me, again, I have no problems with body dysmorphia. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But to try to reinvent what a woman is and make me call you a woman when clearly you're my size, you have the same bone structure as I am, yeah, not gonna happen.
Women also don't have a bulge. I'm sorry. This whole thing of like
Oh,
no,
yeah,
we
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have a bulge.
No, I
We don't have a
completely
bulge.
agree
Please,
with you.
We don't have a bulge.
No, but what I was going to say is that I'm tired of having that shoved down my throat. Do whatever the fuck you want. At the end of the day, they represent such a small percentage of the population, and the fact that they have such a strong voice fucking bothers me.
But when did it become such an issue for that? Like
It never. I have
was
no
it
clue.
when was it such an issue for, like, when did it become so big for it to like just blow up into this like homophobic, like you're
exactly.
a bigot because you don't agree, like,
Oh yeah.
You want to be respected,
But that's cancel culture.
Yeah, but I'll respect you, you respect me, like the same way. At the end of the day, it comes down to respect. I don't care if you're Black, white, Asian, European, like American, like if you're gay, straight, trans, or whatever, there's a mutual respect there. You do what you want, I'll do what I want, and that's it. Like, just move on with your life. Don't have to shove it down anyone's throat and force people, because you're no better than, at the end of the day, you're no better than the person that you're hating on.
It's two extremes. Extremes on either side of the aisle are still extremes. They have a lot more in common than they think.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is that 10, 20 years ago, well, it's still called like that, but people don't like that term anymore. It was called body dysmorphia. To me, putting legislations in place for people that are affected by body dysmorphia is the same thing as me going to take nutritional advice from an anorexic. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You have somebody that has a psychological problem.
Yeah.
This is the definition. Again, be pissed all you want about this. It is still a fact that trans all have an issue called body dysmorphia. This is how it's described. Go check the definition of it. Since when we let them become so powerful in changing everything? Like, take women's sports, for example. I'm such a fan of sports. I've been in sports my whole fucking life, and you could chop my two arms, I'd fucking find a way to compete in something. How the fuck do guys my size compete with women? Look at Leah Thomas against Riley Gaines. Same fucking thing. You have a dude that really sucked as a male swimmer, transitions to being a woman, wins the NCAA Division I. First time. Hey, I'll show up. He showed up and he fucking won.
But then is it really at that point should it be considered body dysmorphia, or just
But
somebody?
It is.
No, but
that's the medical term.
Yes, because but he's just has another issue mentally and uses that as a loophole to feed his own
ego.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which
that's a good
you
point.
know what? Which, like, let's say people in prisons right now, there are a lot of males that are transitioning into women who are actually, if I've read this properly, like rapists and like, and whether you're in prison or not, a woman, you don't want to be with another man in a fucking jail cell.
Dudes rape other dudes.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, do you think like that's not normal? There's a reason why they're in there with other fucking dudes, because women are fucking built different.
It's just, it's look at you look at women's sports, you look at kids. See, this is the part that bothers me the most. Like we could remove the sports thing and just say, you know what? It sucks. I will never let that one go. But this is not as high as a priority as the bullshit that they're pushing on kids. Now, I grew up in a smaller town, and most women were tomboys. Most
Yeah.
women grew up playing outside with the boys. They did pretty much very similar things to us.
Yeah.
We played in the mud. We played in the fucking
Mhm.
forest. We played outside. We played sports. Women and like girls and boys.
Yeah.
Did that mean they were boys? No. Fuck no. All those women became super feminine women. So, or as Dr. Peterson was saying, there are guys that are more feminine naturally.
Mhm.
There are women that are more masculine,
Yeah.
naturally. But what does that mean? Does that mean we need to give them hormone blockers? Does that mean we need to give them transitional therapy that
Yeah.
can be done on a 14 or 16-year-old now without like it's fucked. I cannot believe that somebody can do unrepairable damage to their bodies but is not allowed to drink,
I
is
was
not
just
even
gonna say
allowed to vote.
Yeah, or drive either.
So you're not smart enough. We don't give you enough maturity to drink or vote, but you're mature enough to cut your dick off.
Pretty much that's what you're telling people. It's pretty much what you're telling kids. Like, you can do what you want with your body, but when it comes to government and when it comes to I mean, unless their government, and I'm gonna go there, unless the government is like conditioning these
Yeah.
people to be like when they're 18 and or 21, whenever the age is to vote, being like, well, we gave you all this freedom to do what you
Of course
wish,
they
what
do.
you will, so
Yeah.
they're automatically gonna be, I don't want to say brainwashed, but maybe that's the way.
No, that's a good word.
Brainwashed to
Yeah.
kind of vote their way.
It's vote pandering that it's called.
There you go.
So they give you enough so that on the election cycle, well, it's like a bozo in Canada. This is the same thing. He gave money to he put lockdowns in place so people couldn't work. Turned around, gave him money, run the country like it was a fucking communist country, and gave people 1 or 2 years off work while they could just play video game, fucking masturbate into oblivion, and then. What do you think is going to happen when he gets re-election? He's going to remind people, hey, remember what I did with you? How awesome I was for you guys? Of course they're buying votes. There's absolutely no doubt that they're buying votes. But I think it goes even further than that. Because, all of the topics that I talk about at the end of the day are the feminization of men, of the modern men.
Yeah.
Men are not allowed to be men. If you're manly like me, I'm fucking toxic.
Yeah.
If you have the audacity to speak against trans, I'm transphobic.
Yeah.
If I speak that men are strong and men are meant to be protectors and provider, I'm fucking sexist.
Yeah.
And I somehow dominate you because you're a woman and I'm a man. This is just absolute. Not only is this ludicrous, but it's a cop-out. But to me, all of this shit is part of, this is going to sound like a conspiracy theory for a lot of people, but I do believe it to be true. Government and societies right now are feminizing men as a weapon. Everything that you're seeing right now is they're encouraged to share their feelings, to act like little girls. They expect to be like little girls, even in schools now. And if they don't behave, they go on ADHD medication because they're not behaving. We remove PE classes, remove any outlet that they have to exercise and remove all that natural male aggression. We don't teach them to funnel that aggression in something powerful.
Yeah.
Instead, we shame them. We want them to act like little girls. When they don't, we shame them and we fill them with medication. This is basically what we're doing. To me, what we're seeing right now, why it's so popular and why those issues like what we're talking about right now is so everywhere is because they are trying to disconnect men from women. They're trying to disconnect men from their real men energy to their real masculine energy. They're trying to disconnect women from their feminine energy.
Yeah.
And they're trying to remove the polarity that exists between men and women so that men and women don't need each other anymore.
I'm almost tempted to say, like, do parents have any responsibility in this? Like,
100%, it is 100% their responsibility.
You're allowing this to happen to your children, and if you're fine with it, like,
no,
fine.
it should no.
I mean,
it should be a crime. It should be an absolute fucking crime because
I
it's
just
not
think
your life.
you have a responsibility to your child to take
Yep.
care of them and raise them accordingly
I
to
agree.
be able to freaking survive in this survive. And you're just you're basically giving responsibility to teachers and the government to mold your children in whatever they feel fit.
Yep.
So my question is, why have kids if you don't want to take responsibility for them? Like, this is your responsibility to protect them, to give them a good, like, instill values and morals. And if these are your morals and values, then whatever. I mean, I have no words for that, but it's just crazy that parents don't get involved more with their kids nowadays. And I think it was you. There was an interview that we saw where this girl was talking to Ben Shapiro, somebody online, and she was saying that on average, parents spend like 30 minutes or something with their
A day.
kids. Like, that's sad, and that's sad. That's really sad. Like 30 minutes a day
And how many hours were spent with teachers that you don't fucking know?
that you don't know. You don't know what they're saying. You don't know. Basically, you're not allowed to know what they're saying anymore, or else.
Because look at the social studies, the gender studies that are actually pushed on kids right now. They talk about sexuality in elementary school. Like, why
we
the
didn't have that?
no? But why the fuck is that even a subject? Why can boys not believe that little girls have cooties?
Oh
Like,
my
why?
God,
No, but
yeah.
why is it so wrong to let
Mhm.
kids be kids? Why are we over sexualizing absolutely fucking everything?
Yeah, you're
Everything
taking
now
away their
needs to have
innocence.
a night. You know what blows my mind the most is most of the people that push that leftist wokeism cancel culture agenda are always trying to be special. They put labels on fucking everything.
Yeah.
By doing this, they're making everything worse.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be labeled. That's why I'm a fascist. That's why I'm probably a homophobe. I'm a transphobe. I'm anything with phobe. Of course I am. Of course I am. But everything needs a label today. Nothing can just be. Why
Yeah.
can our boys not be fucking boys? Why can our girls not be fucking girls? Why can they not just be fucking weird? I was fucking weird. I still am weird today.
Everyone's weird.
But why does everything need to have a label? Why can a boy not just be a fucking boy? Why can a girl not be a fucking girl? And why can they just not be children? Why do we always need to shove fucking politics into their faces all the fucking time? Why is that even allowed from teachers? And you know what? For all the people that are listening to the live, that are listening to the podcast, that are listening to any of my content, this podcast would not be enough if we were just complaining. We need to put I want to provide solutions for this. Josie hit one on the head, and that was part of the things I wanted to talk about today. Is first and foremost, if you are a parent, it is into your power to do something. It is your fucking responsibility to do something. That is on fucking you to do something. So if you are a parent that has kids in the public education system and you're not happy about the way it's going, complain, stand up, talk about it, organize a march, show up to, because one thing that's worth explaining is change never happened from the top down. This is forced change that doesn't work. So stop thinking that you need to change the federal government, even your state government. If you're not happy the way your school board is being ran, fucking change it on the community level where you live, where the things that happens to you fucking matter and where you have the power to change it. So your school board is something that is community, is something that is your, how do you call it, your county. So change that shit on the county level. I know for a fact that there are people like you, like me, like Josie, that do not like this shit, that we know that this shit needs to change. You're not fucking alone. The only thing quite often that happens is that one person needs to talk. This is why I'm doing what I do. This is why I quit my corporate job in order to do this full time, because I believe in this shit so much that hopefully I get to impact people with my opinions. And you have the power to do the fucking same shit. So if you're not happy with the way the school board in your county, in your town, in your community is, complain, show up to their meetings, voice your fucking opinion, find other parents that feel the same way as you do and force them to change. If they don't want to change, fucking take your children out of public school. We were just talking to Rustin the other day that said that's exact. No, not Rustin. It was I think it was Eric that was saying the same thing. He's just like, I wasn't happy with the public school. I took my school and I put them in private school. Is it expensive? Fuck yes. But you know what? It's your fucking children. Your children are extremely important. They're our future. So if you have to sacrifice your second car, if you have to sacrifice living in a smaller house so that your children do not have to be pumped with bullshit through the education system, fucking do it. Or even better, keep one of the parents at home and have them raise your child while the other works. Those are solutions that are in your power. And if you're not ready to go that far, you know what I suggest? Encourage people like Matt Walsh. Encourage people like Riley Gaines. Encourage people out there that speak against this, that are voicing their opinion, and make sure that you voice your opinion with your close, with the people around you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna call it a day because I'm just going fucking ballistic, because this is one of the subjects that absolutely fucking blows my mind that we even need to speak about this. But this being the case, I want to thank every single one of you that listens to the lives, to the podcast, comments on my stuff. I appreciate every single one of you. Without you guys, I wouldn't do what I'm doing today. And I want you to keep in mind that the world is changed one man at a time, and it takes just one man to change the world. On that note, peace out.
You've been listening to the Nico Lagan Show. Nico has been involved in the martial arts for 20 years. He's a Muay Thai coach, focus coach, podcaster, and sought-after public speaker. We hope you've enjoyed the show, and we hope you've gotten some useful and practical information. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Coach Nico Lagan and on YouTube at The Nico Lagan Show. See you next time.